Hello. Today, I would like to approach a concept of where I started the brainstorm of the whole rounding of the individual, multi-connected, and all-inclusive brainstorm of the idea I've created as Inconternal. As you see here, this is a nice, clean representation of what I've come up with. This can work on an individual level, like I stated, on a cultural, societal level, and as an overall work for foundation of life and personality. These are essential building blocks for how we operate as beings of life, essentially. If there's more to it that I may not know, feel free to fill me in and pitch in to help. Seems like something that may be worth the time and investment. So, starting off, the sustainable maintenance, sustainability, the natural, the balance, the practice, the syncretism, as in the correlation, the commonality, what we have in common, the connection, structure, and in liberal arts, grammar. So this is the foundation. The structure of this is, if you know of chakras, the main 7 chakra system, and also the 7 sacred sciences or liberal arts, with also the hermetic arts, hermeticism, and a few other sacred things, all worked into one thing. Likewise to the inconternal logo symbol and the word itself. I have works that explain it and maybe more. The basic nature attention is fundamental. This is kind of like I've heard of in Atlantis time, or theoretically at least, there were cities there that all coordinated into the tree of life. I don't have a symbol right here. Though it has its own associations, and people who were drawn to the areas of most interest supposedly went to the place where they felt most fitting. And I feel this is like that, though each individual may carry this as much as the society and the goal of the greater picture, all in a likeness. This is relating to economics, the conservative, not of the way that we've been basically abusing the power and sustainability of our world. And if you know of looking out a window, it's quite a beautiful one. Or being outside of that window in general, it's a great place, as I would say at least. And the connection to nature is essential. Hence, what I was stating there. Mutual survival is very important to be able to survive. There are certain things at play, natural cycles, influences, and our own impact that come at play, and in the likeness. Self-awareness, having the ability to know oneself and knowing how to navigate and traverse through life. Balance of the needs and wants, the contrast of desires or requirements for the past, present to future, sort of flow of life, quantum equation, and all rounding the foundation. Can't build up without a foundation. So next, the orange, collective allegiance, the allegiance of our societies, our inner working, and our bigger picture trend here. Listed here is equality, respect, peace, unity, music, and harmony, as well as teamwork. There's a place for us all, and each may have other things that no one else could, may be able to do things and see from a point no one else may. And the ability to have a balance of the art, more right brain thinking, and science, more left brain thinking, and such. With music production, as music is its own type of medicine and way we connect and express our creativity in a way that is often healthy, sometimes required to know the limits, the way of communicating and expressing so things may flow fluently as a river may flow. And equality of contribution. We all have our own part, and we don't have to null or think that we're not good enough. We are worthy in ourselves. There are, like I mentioned, requirements and desires, though that is life. Each is equal, and the equality of enlightenment. Teamwork makes the dream work. Unity and or trust. Being able to work together and have the trust to know what our job is, clear communication and moving through proficiently. You can be efficient or you can be professional, but when you put them all together, things work quite well. Respect is overall something I see as unconditional. There are certain conditioning to it, as that is coincident or parallel to love, as I've noticed in Christianity or the teachings of Jesus. Inspiration. We may inspiring, and be inspired to inspire. Evolution, when we all come together and create with true peace. We may have life more than there is the belief of death and the way that we conceive it or perceive it. And that is an important point of having the truth, the love, and acknowledgement of light and what it truly is. Sharing and or faith. The ability to reach out and keep going, nevertheless. Also this in Hermeticism or the sacred sciences is rhetoric. The rhetorical, meaning we already know. Next is The yellow chakra, solar plexus, also is Mudhara. The root chakra is the red one. Svadhisthana is the second, I believe, orange, and yellow being business. It's where the production and action takes place. The actuality, the actualization, the real movements, and the likeness. Regarding truth, profit, logic, also dialectic, meaning logical as in what we know to be logical in the continuation from the past, often. Dialectic is the traversing and navigation. Opportunity and or obstacles. There are opportunities in life and obstacles to go through to get there. Strategy and mastery, the way that we find things that work best and the way we implement them in our lives to make that thing easier, that which may have been a challenge. And I put in Christ because the connection of what we have in our own being, the soul essence, helps us know ourselves, like knowing Christ. There are other words in other religions and other ways of saying the same thing, though overall the truth is the truth. And nothing else. Next, social media, the media sourcing, the connection, highlight, grounding, edutainment, educational entertainment, growth, debate, projection, and arithmetic. The way that we in society connect to each other and reach what we need to get through. Even if that may involve a whole lot of deciphering, discernment is what I was originally working on saying right now. In provocation or exposure, provocation of actual evidence, factualization, truth, provocation. Even if it may seem very convincing that something is one way, someone may even believe something to be true to their core, and it may not even be that way. And the exposure to that. You can have exposure of something, see something one way, look at it another way, and it's not even like that. Helps to have the whole picture in mind. Expression, the way that we outreach. This is Anahata, the heart chakra, relative. Heart chakra, the star tetrahedron. Is the strongest shape in geometry. And having the strength of the heart helps to connect with the full roundness. Outreach from where we are helps to connect, so we have the grounding or upliftment, or just a general interaction. Caring attention, which helps to healthily grow. The better the environment, the longer we want to be in it. And likewise. Perspective, the way that we meet each other, we gain and grow, or reduce and may even release perception or perspective. In relatability, the way we get along, sharing posts, liking things to grow algorithms, subscribing, following, leading with others. Building, the way we grow forward, even grow back and make the most of the present moment. The common good. I like the expression, the quote from that TV show on Netflix, the plain one. That is the quote from the main girl's grandmother. All things work together for good. Hopefully I don't get copyright for not knowing that quote. I think it should be alright. You know what I mean. And that is arithmetic, the way that we equate to each other the equality and the whole equation in inclusion. Next is the blue. Throat chakra. Svadhisthana. In regard to service, strength, communication, oneness of love, or whatever you'd like to call it, whole life development of inclusion and movement through life and communication, non-profit is one of the most important factors I find of this whole thing. Vishuddha. A little rough on the ancient scripts. And geometry. This is what I was implying with one of the things that I like to go over, somatics, the sound geometry, the way that sounds make shapes, as I have in the background here. This is a 432 and 963 hertz tone for connection, and each somatic tone may have a professionalization, a most adequate way to heal, and a healing solution. This music connection, the second time and place that music is referenced in this chart, is the structure, the way that we categorize, structure things, and likewise get along. Communication, healing of somatics, as I referenced. Collaboration, the way that we work together, and someone may have ideas and ways that they connect to another that no one else may, and bring out things in you didn't know you might have had an equation to that brings out something better. Sociability, the ability to be social and interact with other parts of the environment. Message, the standing internally, externally, or the connection. In the tense, the performance of how we move through life, whether it be communication of any form. Cooperation, the way that we operate together. Production, the way we produce and make products, create things, and may work together or independently, or like. Distribution, the way we outsource, get things around, and keep things in a motion of movement. The temperance and moderation, as the way that we are tempered within our environment. On this planet, we have certain conditions known as the Goldilocks zone, so we have plentiful life from our grand central sun of the universe as we move around the whole galaxy and with the other stars and constellations. And moderation, the way that we moderate and move through creating our realities together and individually with what works for all. Regarding, again, geometry. Next, specifically music, the third place it's mentioned. Maybe I missed something? No. Non-profit organization. This is Ajna, the third eye chakra, the sixth sense, the music, rhyme, reason, rhythm, language, communication, frequency, and music. With connection of cooperation, the way that we, once again, work together in operation, fluently with the rhythm and manifestation. Our connection, the way we have connectability to ideas, events, or social interaction. And teamwork, the way we get things across and move together. Music is an essential part of life, as it is the sound, the Om. Integration, the way we move ideas through our reality and with each other. The supply, the way we have things and have reason for the things. Education, why we have those things and why they help, what it's for. The requirement, where it's leading to, where it's gone, what is most evidentially helpful, and what may not be as well. The results, the trial and error has nothing without results. The results are what tell the way that something has gotten through and the way that it may improve or be improved, have certain ways of negating navigation and reasonable use to work with. Balance, the way we all have balance in life, we always need balance or there is problem. It's better to promote the flourishing for there to be more balance, I would say. Negotiation and what works best or what doesn't. Don't be afraid of the darkness or whatever's hindering in respect. Don't need to put too much intention into anything other than what is best to invest in. Helps to know the ways and have the discernment to know the difference. And wisdom plus the courage of serenity. Serenity being acceptance and acquiescence, the acquiring from the essence of a thing in best. This is organization, music, non-profit. Natural education, the way that we educate ourselves, each other, and environment, likewise. The self, others, and all. Elementary, awareness, natural life, guidance, astronomy, and astrology. The study of the stars, the individual within the individual, and the way that each individual connects to another and every other. There's a statement of stasis as being the highest optimal state of being in health and relation with the environment. Homeostasis is a state of what is known as Reiki, the pure energy healing, which is only pure energy healing state. Taking care of the home with sociability, independence, and how we get along, with aptitude, the ability to adapt and hold, make, and keep ability, sovereignty, the acknowledgement, importance, and value of sacred life, relation, the I as in multiple, and the I as in all. It's the way I like to conceptualize reality. Relation, general schooling is structured with a natural way that is overall the same pretty well in everything, with the chakra system or the natural construct of reality and the inner workings, the micro, macro, and the way that we are needing a transition in our society these days, as we are currently going through pandemic state of reality, fundamentally. The natural interaction, the way we naturally interact with one another, the way we see each other, the way we perceive things to be, the way that we are and may improve, what's needed to be done to improve. Quantum accountants, a care for the future, the ability to know from the past to the present and the future what all works together best. Sometimes it needs to be a little bit repetitive and preparative for the implementation and the imperative. The way that we get along best, simplistically, and the best way, undeniably, or negotiably. And finally, knowledge, knowing the ledge, all around, within, without, below and above, the way that we are, truly and completely, with all accountants. So, I realize this has been a half hour now, though I hope you do enjoy what I've provided here, value this information, this structure, maybe help in your own way, may it help you in its own way, and maybe we could work together in some way together, moving through reality. Welcome to the Inconternal way of life. You may see it as whatever you'd like. It was originally made to redefine what God, or whatever name you'd like to call it, great creator, source, the way that we may actually interpret it as the truth and reality of what it is. Truth, love, light be with you. All the best. Inconternal peace. Live long and prosper. And all the best. Bless.